here we go. We are now live on Facebook. So happy Friday to everyone. We are very excited to be here. I want to give everyone a big welcome and hello from Girl Scouts Carolina's Peaks to Piedmont Council. We are 40 counties in Western North Carolina. So we stretch all the way from Gaston County to the Tennessee state line and all the way up to the Virginia state line. And here at Peaks to Piedmont Council, we're very excited to offer virtual Girl Scouts for all of our members and our non-members to have a various variety of activities for you all to do. We go live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m., 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. with a special segment on Saturday at 11 a.m. And we're very excited for everyone who has joined us throughout this process. Fridays at 4 p.m. are reserved for our community partners. So you'll see right here next to me, I'll see if I'm pointing the right direction there. We have Anne Cloninger with us today. Anne is the owner of Nest and Canvas in Gastonia, North Carolina. And she's here today to do some mixed media with us. So if our friends are coming online, I see some of you already joining in. Very exciting times. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it over to Anne to introduce herself, Nest and Canvas, and her project for today. Take it away, Anne.
Awesome. Thank you, Crystal. What's up, everybody? So Crystal already did a great job. I'm Anne with Nest and Canvas. I'm in Gastonia, North Carolina. My studio is a creative workspace. So I normally offer creative workshops 6 days a week for kids, teens, and adults. I'm also a Girl Scout business partner, which I'm super excited about. And I'm a location where you can do some of your harder badges, like your Potter's badge, your bookmaker's badge, your textile badge. Some of those that you're not too sure what you're doing, I've got you covered on that. But today, and if any of my girls are out there who have been to my workshops or my camps or my classes, you know that I love mixed media. Mixed media is my favorite because there's so much you can do with it. So hopefully you guys have some supplies today. Give me just a second. I'm gonna switch my camera over and get my workstation ready. All right. Hopefully I'm stable. Great. Perfect. Hope you guys can see me. Crystal's got her workstation ready.
Yes, ma'am. I'm ready.
Love it. So everyone, you want to have a place to work, because if you are working with paint or markers or glue, you're probably going to make a mess. I embrace messes and it's totally okay. So the recommendation for today was that if you've got watercolor, we're going to talk about watercolor. If you have watercolor, that means you need your paint, your brush, and your cup of water. But my friends, my sweet friends, if you do not have watercolors right now, it is totally okay, because we can do mixed media with markers. We can do mixed media with crayons. We can do mixed media with colored pencils. That's the whole point of mixed media. Mixed media is when you're using multiple different types of products to create a piece of art. So that's why I love mixed media, because some of us love to paint and some of us don't. One of the other recommendations for today, which is kind of important, is we need some white paper to work on. Don't let my white papers confuse you. Crystal's smart. She's got her newspaper going on, and I've got a big piece of white paper. So don't let them get slipped up. But what we're going to start off with, ladies, ladybugs, any gentlemen who are joining us, we won't leave anybody out. But what we're going to start with today is we want to create paper art using the media of our choice to do something non-objective. So if we're going to draw a flower, that's going to be an object. What we want to focus on today is doing non-objective. That means this one was done with marker. It's just a bunch of squiggly lines. This one's done with crayon and colored pencil. It's just a bunch of shapes and squiggles. This one's the one done with watercolor. And again, we're not creating anything particular. We just want to cover our paper with whatever media that we're using. So I'm going to start off with watercolor just so you guys can have a fun little demo, something fun to watch. If you're using watercolor, get you some water, pick your color of choice and activate that color. voila. And then just start spreading it on your paper. If you're using watercolor, I encourage you to mix. Don't clean your brush, move on to the next color. You never know what you're going to create. It allows your colors to blend. Who's got a fit? Crystal, what's your favorite color, Ladybug?
My favorite color is orange. So can I start working with my crayons and colored pencils, or should I wait till you get to that part?
No, definitely. Good question right there. If you're not working with watercolor, grab whatever you have and just go ahead and start doing just something on your paper. So with watercolor, we end up with these big splotches of paint. You can also go in and use a darker color and do spots. You can do lines. You can do squiggles, whatever makes you happy. Again, we're not painting, let's say, a flower. We're just painting stuff. But of course, like Crystal said, if you're not painting, grab your drawing instrument of choice, whether it be your marker, whether it be your crayons, and just start filling the page with things. And when I say things, we can scribble, we can make shapes. So I'm gonna throw some hearts in there. We can, and I'm gonna go back and forth with marker, color, pencil, and crayon for a few minutes. We can do some lines. We can just fill the page, whatever we want to do. And I know you guys are going, but Miss Anne, why are we not drawing a flower or a ladybug or something of that nature? It's because, ta-da, we're going to cut all of this paper up and it's going to create a whole new media for us to use. So go ahead, my little ladybugs and caterpillars out there. Scribble, have fun, and cover that paper with color. Don't be afraid of your darker colors. Get in there, do some polka dots.
I'm usually not a pink girl, but I've decided to add some pink because the pink is definitely popping on this white paper.
There you go. I think a lot of people like to use the lighter colors too. I love darker colors. So there's nothing wrong with getting a little bit of the darker colors in there as well. A cool thing, you guys, while you're just kind of messing around, if you do have crayon and watercolor, one of the neat things about watercolor is the way it reacts to crayon on the paper. So I'll show you guys that real quick while we're just all getting mixed media happy. So you can see where I've been drawing right about there. It doesn't blend, but your crayon's still going to pop. So that really gives you some really great texture. I'm going to throw a little bit more color on here and then we can kind of talk about what our next steps would be. Now, of course, I don't know about you guys, but I can do art all day long. There's nothing wrong with that. Unfortunately, for our time today, we've only got, about 15 minutes to talk about this. But you want to do this, if you like this project, you want to do this on about, let's say 4 or 5 pieces of paper. And that way you get a really nice variety of what you've done. Crystal, my friend, keep drawing because it'll take me a second to move on to my next step.
Okay, I got plenty of paper to fill up, so go for it. I can keep drawing.
Don't let me jump too far ahead, but I don't want to not get finished. All right, so this is the one I just did, you guys. And then this is a watercolor one I did a little bit earlier. If you are watercoloring, you want to let it dry just a little bit so that paper is not going to tear. So I'm going to start with the one that I watercolored earlier while you guys finish drawing on your page. Flip it over so that you see the back of it. Now, this is where mixed media becomes really, really fun. So the first project idea I have for you guys is creating your own 3D garden or 3D fairy garden or 3D mountain or 3D forest.
Ooh.
I'm going to do a 3D forest today. So at the bottom of my paper, I'm going to go ahead and just draw some trees. I'll show you guys this when I'm finished drawing. Maybe we'll put a little bush in there, a smaller tree. There we go. Then I'm going to cut this out, and this is why this media is so cool. I'm going to cut this out really fast. If you need help with scissors, don't forget to ask mom and dad. Obviously, you guys are probably going to be a little neater than me, but I'm going to just cut this out really quick because you guys came for the good stuff, not to watch me cut out paper all day. Cut, cut, cut.
Thank you, Christine, for the compliment on my artwork over here. I appreciate it. Natalie says that she loves art projects. Natalie is our Troop Experience Manager out in Western North Carolina.
What's
Sandra,
up, Natalie?
Yeah, Natalie. And Sandra's with us too. She says, awesome. She's our Troop Experience Manager from the Triad region. So I'm thankful for everyone who is joining us right now. If you're with us and participating or just watching for right now, go ahead and drop a comment in and let us know where you're from and what's your favorite color. Let's see some favorite colors. Now that it's spring, I know a lot of people probably have some lots of bright colors outside of their doors right now, but let us know where you're from and what your favorite color is.
I love that. I didn't get to play earlier, so I'm going to jump in. My favorite color is turquoise. I like to be a little bit of a rebel.
How is that being a rebel, though?
Everybody likes pink.
Amen. Natalie says she's getting messy with her paint, so it sounds like we got some adults doing some artwork too.
Awesome,
Victoria
Natalie.
says her favorite color is red, so that's great. I mentioned earlier, in case you weren't on, my favorite color is orange. It used to be purple, but purple was my mom's favorite, and I didn't want to share a favorite color with my mom, so I went with orange because I am a Clemson Tiger fan.
There you go.
No offense to anyone, but that's how I do.
We all have our reasons for what we like. Colors are a great way to express both your individuality and your feelings. So it's always good to have a favorite color.
Yeah.
And it's okay if you share that with somebody. And of course, it's okay if you're on your own with that. Okay, guys, I jumped a little bit ahead of you while I'm doing my forest while we were talking about favorite colors.
I love it.
So as I mentioned, you want to do this coloring, scribbling on the page a couple times because our forest is going to be layered in 3D. So I've done 3 different sections, one really, really tall, one medium, and one small. Now I'm going to be really quick with this, but of course, guys at home, when this is done, take your time, but pick a different. So if you worked with markers first and you've got crayons, don't be shy about using a different medium than what you used on your paper. So on my watercolor one, I'm going to hop in here real quick. And I mean, real quick, you guys. And I'm going to give my trees some texture. If you're doing flowers, obviously you can draw over the watercolor or over your medium of choice and draw your flowers in. I'm going to bring this close up to the camera when I'm done too, so you guys can see it. And if you're doing mountains, if you're doing waves, whatever you're doing, just hop in with a different medium and give your shape just some fun textures. You can do polka dots. I love polka dots. I know that's not how you say it. You can do cross hatching. You can just do dotted lines, but get in there and give your stuff some texture.
What's cross hatching?
Cross hatching is when you just make some hatches. Let me hop onto my plain paper. And you can do those in different directions.
Oh, I've been doing that. I got a name for it now.
So on my watercolor. We did some ink. On my ink, let's do some crayon. Got a peach here. Got a purple here. Boop, 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 boop. Just add some extra in. And then on my smaller piece where I did crayon and colored pencil, let's do some dark marker. So again, I'm just going really quick. You guys can go as detailed as you'd like. Afterwards, here's where the mess starts, Natalie. You're gonna run a strip of glue at the bottom of your tall piece of forest. Then you're gonna take your medium piece, your medium layer, because I know not all of you are doing forest. Throw that on there. Add another strip of glue. And add your top piece. So I'm laying flat. I don't know if you guys can see this, but now we have this really cool mixed media. Dun, dun, dun. Forest. What do you guys think so far?
I think that is awesome. I did not know that that's what we were creating.
I like to surprise everybody, so surprise. Now, of course, ladies and gents, and anybody who's joining us today, any unicorns, mermaids, and penguins out there, if you've got construction paper at home, you can mount this on your construction paper and hang it on your wall. So that's one option that you guys can do after you've made your mixed media piece. Now, I'm gonna hop back in real quick. It looks like we probably have like 2 more minutes. What do you think, Crystal?
I personally need like 2 more hours. I can do and doodle all day long.
Exactly.
But yes, let's see. What do you got for us? 2, 3 more minutes?
3 more minutes, maybe? Perfect. So here's the sheet that I did with you guys a few minutes ago, and mine's got all types of stuff going on. You'll get your scissors, and we're gonna cut this paper. So you got the long way and the short way. We're gonna cut strips out of the short side.
Out of the short side, okay. How big are the strips?
I would say let's call them about a thumb's length. We don't have to get rulers out for this, but see if I pinch the paper with my finger. Let me get really close. I call that a thumb's pinch. I don't know if that's actually a term for measurement, but I use it a lot.
Well, it is now officially in my dictionary for measurement.
So all Girl Scouts out there, if somebody gets mad at you for calling it a thumb's pinch, tell them to call Miss Anne.
I will let them know that.
It's all her fault. Now, if you've done more than one paper, you can cut strips out of several different papers. I'm going to do that real quick because I've got some left over.
Okay.
Maybe. And you can cut and blend some of the other things that you've done with your new piece. And as always, there is a method to my madness, my little friends, and here's why. All right, let's get a fresh sheet of paper. If you've got one, if not, you can grab one later. I'm gonna switch over to tape right now. I'm gonna lay some of my strips with the colored side down facing the paper. Whoops. Let me get focused here.
Okay, I'm still cutting. I'm a slow cutter.
That's fine, you guys, no worries. I'm gonna get cut off soon, so I don't want to miss a beat. Now, Crystal, will this be uploaded to y'all's Facebook page for people to go back and watch?
Yes, all of our videos remain on our Facebook page from henceforth and evermore until Facebook tells us we have too much content. And that's how it works. So if you are out there and you're watching this and outside of the COVID-19 crisis, congratulations to you for finding this archive.
And even better, if I went too fast, You can go back and slow me down. So we've laid our strips onto our white paper. I know this is a little hard to see right now. I've ran a strip of tape onto the white paper to hold all of our strips down. Let me move it a little bit so you guys can see what I've done here. So now I'm going to fold all of my paper down where you can see the colors. I hope you guys can see this.
Yes.
Beautiful. Love it. Now I'm going to show you what you want to do next, and then I'm going to skip that step for ease of time. But then you would take your ends that are not stuck to the paper, fold them down. You can do double-sided tape or glue and press them to the paper.
Oh,
we do this way because it's going to give us this nice 3D effect. What I'm going to do right now, though, for ease of time, is I'm going to fold them all real quick, and then I'm going to just run a strip of tape on top of them.
Okay. I see where you're going here, Miss Anne.
Because we're creating something amazing, you guys. And this is where I want you to let your imagination run free. And I know you wonderful cats and kittens out there have great imaginations. So again, you would do the underneath side, but for time restrictions, I'm going to hop in and just kind of tape these down real quick. But you can see how we've got this nice little 3D pop effect happening. It's popping like it's art, you guys. Popping like it's art. All right. Then we're going to cut our white paper out. And what you should end up with is this fun little 3D square. You guys see that?
Yes.
Beautiful. And you can see where all of those fun lines we did has really changed what our art looks like. So you can leave that right there. It makes a beautiful piece of artwork, or you can go to the next step of crafty. I've got some colored paper here. I'm going to cut out 2 triangles. And again, I'm going to use the tape, but you guys can use the glue if you want. I'm going to give my fun little triangle some ears. My fun little 3D square, I'm going to take the triangles on and give him some ears.
Ooh.
Voila. I'm going to cut another square out. And then just kind of cut a piece off of the square. Again, you're not going to tape where you can see it. You're going to tape underneath or glue it. Okay. But I know I'm taking up all your time today. So
no, you're doing great. I am still with you. We still have people with us, so keep them coming.
Good. So on my white square, I'm going to draw a little mouth. Let's give our creature a fun smile.
Okay.
What do you think, guys?
I love it. It reminds me of the cat from Alice in Wonderland.
I was going to say, it's a great Cheshire cat, isn't it?
Yes.
Beautiful. But you guys can do horns and do unicorns. You guys can do floppy ears and make a dog. You guys can do a beak and make a bird. Really, guys, the sky is your limit with this.
Wow.
Because remember, art doesn't have to be on a flat piece of paper.
Amen. Hear, hear.
And then, bam, you guys. So just by doing some scribbles and some painting on a couple pieces of paper, in my case, we've ended up with a fun little 3D forest, as well as a Cheshire cat. Meow.
I love it. I love it.
Now, while I have you guys, before we finish up real quick, If you've got coffee filters at home, you can do this same concept on a coffee filter. I'm going to do this real fast.
Okay, I'm still folding and about to glue my second in.
Crystal's still folding over here.
My glue is getting a little sticky.
Nothing wrong with that at all. But we can do the same concept on a coffee filter because you can draw with crayons, markers, colored pencils on a coffee filter. Or, again, if you've got the watercolor at home, look at this, you guys. It turns it into some really fun cray-cray tie-dye. You can fill this up, or you can just leave it simple. Pinch it in the middle at the bottom, give it a spin. If you've used watercolor, let it dry. And you end up, here's a sample of a dried one. These are fun little coffee filter flowers. So you can glue these onto paper, put pipe cleaners on their base and make a bouquet. Hey, ladies, Mother's Day's coming up, girls.
Good idea.
You can pinch them together and make a bouquet, or you can string them up and make them a wall hanging. So while everybody's kind of moving along, as I start to catch my breath a little bit, Crystal, does anybody have questions?
I don't see any questions besides people being amazed at all of this amazing art that you've done. Someone rooting for pink as their favorite color. But as everyone is joining in with us, Natalie shared with you our website, girlscoutsptp.org. So definitely make sure you connect on our website to find lots of different activities you can be doing right now at home. I guess while I'm talking, I can shift back up so you guys can see me. Hey, Anne, seeing you again. I was deep in my artwork. So thank you again, everyone who's been in touch with us, following us. Make sure if you are not following Girl Scouts Peaks to Piedmont Girl Scout Council, that you not only like our page, but follow our page so you can get notifications anytime we go live. Again, we go live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m., 4 p.m., and 7 p.m. with a special Friday segment at 4 p.m. with our community partners with Anne. Anne, can you tell us a little bit more about what opportunities that you have to offer all of our Girl Scout members right now?
Sure, guys. So right now, unfortunately, my studio is closed to the public like a lot of places. But every day, I try to go at 3. I had to run into my office, you guys, because my phone decided it wants to die. Every day around 3 o'clock, I do a live quick mini art demo on Facebook, and then it's also going to be on my Instagram account. So that's themed out. We're going to have paper art day, no-sew day, illustration day. These are great for kids. These are great for teens. They're fun for adults too. So tune in, check that out. If you're in the immediate Gaston County area, I do have made to order take-home painting kits. So talk to mom and dad if that's something you would like, have them message me. I make them as they're ordered. So there's a lot of options, but I'll also customize to you guys too. And if there's anything you guys want to see me do on the social media, you can tell I'm not afraid of a camera. We'll do it. You guys message me if you do something amazing with your art. Message me too. I'll share that so people can see what you guys are doing with your art.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Anne, for an amazing afternoon in art. Thank you all out there who tuned in with us. And let me just give you a helpful hint, troop leaders, if you're looking for activities to do with your Girl Scout troop during the season while you can't meet, you can have a watch party with this video, and that can be your Girl Scout troop meeting. So it's as simple as sharing this video to your troop members. You can all join in at the same time with all your troop members and do any of these art projects together. Pause, play as you're going along. But this is a great activity you can do for different badge opportunities, as well as just doing it for fun. Art is a great outlet right now for us all to help deal with whatever's going on and have a different activity to do where you're not always in front of a screen. So feel free to just share this. Everyone come together at the same time with all the materials that they already have at home and have a great troop meeting. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to reach out to us. Our email is info@girlscoutsp2p.org. But again, thank you all for coming with us tonight. Girl Scouts Carolinas Peaks to Piedmont Council. My name is Crystal Taylor, Troop Experience Manager, and I look forward to seeing you guys tonight at 7 p.m. for Family Game Night. Thank you all for being with us. Good night.